the National Multidimensional Poverty Index. It is being released by NITI Aayog. So in India, we now measure poverty with one of the indices, that is National Multidimensional Poverty Index, and National MDPI. Very important. UPSC can ask questions from this. Very, very important topic. It measures deprivations across the same dimensions of health, education, and standard living through 12 Sustainable Development Goals aligned indicators. Sustainable Development Goals: zero hunger, no poverty, sustainable cities, clean sanitation and drinking water. These are all sustainable development goals. So the National Multidimensional Poverty Index actually is based on measuring this quality of life aligned with indicators aligned to SDG indicators. Okay, let's look at the parameters. The dimensions are the same. Look at the dimensions: health, education, and standard of living. But again, this is actually extrapolated. It is more diversified and delved deep into. Okay. And this is based on what? Sub-indices includes what? Head count ratio and intensity of poverty. Head count ratio means head count ratio. H means percentage of multidimensionally poor. Out of the total population, how much is multidimensionally poor? So we have a population of 140 something crores, more than 140 something crores, or 1.4 billion. Out of that, how much percentage is multidimensionally poor? This is head count ratio. And intensity of poverty means, that is A, represented by A. Intensity of poverty means it is the sum of all the indicators, some weightage of all the indicators, and how much is measured divided by total number of multidimensionally poor. That is, there is a total measure of poverty, multidimensional poverty, through all these indicators. That divided by total multidimensionally poor people. This is what? Intensity of poverty. So basically, MDPI index is measured as H into A. That is head count ratio, percentage of population that is multidimensionally poor, and the percentage of population, or the per population, what is the poverty. Intensity of population poverty means per population out of all the multidimensionally poor, what is the per person poverty. This is multiplied with total percentage of, or the head count ratio. This is National Multidimensional Poverty Index. Head count ratio means percentage of population that is multidimensionally poor. Intensity of poverty means out of these multidimensionally poor, per person, what is the level of poverty. And both H and A is multiplied to get MDPI index, the overall index. Okay, hope this is clear. So these are the parameters. Again, nutrition. Children below 5 without nutrition, with malnutrition. This is a measure. Child and adolescent mortality, very, very important measure. Child and adolescent mortality. Maternal health. In MDPI, in global, UNDP's NDPI as well, maternal health was measured. Years of schooling, school attendance, dropouts, this is being measured. These are all things you can use in your exam. In mains exam, especially, dropout rate, that is actually a particular term. In national education policy also that has been emphasized. Cooking fuel, availability of good quality cooking fuel. And as I said, multidimensional poverty is actually measuring what? The deprivation. Deprivation is measured. So this actually measures the cooking fuel, cow dung or wood. This is being measured. Sanitation, absence of sanitation, toilets, drinking water availability, housing, pakka house. Absence of electricity. Assets. In assets also there is many things. TV, motorcycle, refrigerator, etc. Then bank account, very, very important. Empowerment, financial empowerment, measuring of financial empowerment. This is actually absent in what? UNDP say UNDP's multidimensional poverty, MDPI. Yes, it is present. Labor force participation is accounted for, but financial empowerment, bank account is actually a very great determinant of financial empowerment. Okay. If you have friends who are working in banks in rural areas, just check with them how they are actually working there. One of the targets being given to them is to enhance their number of bank accounts. You can actually talk to them. It is actually very interesting. So these are the new parameters that are actually included in MDPI. So when you are being talked about, maybe you would have a question on like suppose India's HDI actually decreases this year. Then mains question it could actually ask about critically analyze India's fall in the recently released Human Development Index released by UNDP. So when you critically analyze, you should know what has happened in HDI. Like maybe life expectancy has decreased, maybe some other parameters India has fallen. But at the same time, when you critically analyze, you can actually criticize HDI itself. HDI is not comprehensive. Now it's the time to include what? Multidimensional poverty. Digital literacy. Digital literacy actually determines poverty now. If you don't have a mobile phone, that is actually poverty. You cannot access money. You don't have easy access to money. Information. Majority of the information comes from information is power, and mobile phones actually create that information power. Yes, there are issues, but still. So these are multi-dimensional things of new poverty, new dimensions of new definitions of poverty. So HDI is not comprehensive now. You can actually criticize HDI on that perspective. Hope you're getting the point. Is that clear? It is not necessary that you are using these things only when the question particularly comes on MDPI. No, when a question about HDI comes, you can use these terms as well because HDI is not covering these. Hope my point is clear. Okay. So this was the latest NDPI, MDPI of India, National Multidimensional Poverty Index. So Bihar had the highest share of multidimensionally poor, while Kerala has the least. Kerala, because these are all prelims data. If you have to check the latest update. This is the latest one I have put, but check for that. New data may come. 2024 hasn't released so far, so that could actually be asked in prelims. I'm just putting this for your understanding of how you should approach this news. In mains perspective, I have already mentioned how you could use all these parameters when direct question come or indirect question comes. This is actually pure prelims material. Then changing fortunes. Look at this. This is directly from NITI Aayog. In 2015-16, cooking oil was at this level. Now it has improved. Absence of cooking oil has improved. That is, there is more cooking oil, cooking fuel, there is improvement. Housing has increased. Nutrition has bettered. Sanitation has bettered. Swachh Bharat. Maternal health has a small rise. Years of schooling also has a small rise. Okay. Look at biggest drops in multidimensionally poor. There is drop in multidimensionally poor. Bihar. Bihar has the highest number of multidimensionally poor, but highest drop is also found in Bihar. Bihar, Madhya Pradesh. These are all observations. Kerala 0.002. Bihar 0.103. Uttar Pradesh. Okay.